Where the boundary between life and death is as thin as a thread, human ambition begins to soar. Welcome to an epic exploration of the world's deepest secrets and engineering titans. This list contains hidden wonders and colossal achievements that have redefined our planet, from the silent void of the deep sea to the neon heights of future cities. Before we unveil these 76 breathtaking marvels, join our community by subscribing to the channel. Also, please comment below and let us know which country you are watching from today. Your journey into the extraordinary starts now. Beyond the churning, gray waves of the English Channel lies a miracle of modern engineering that connects two ancient empires without the need for a single ship. This is not merely a path, but a subterranean lifeline carved through the very foundations of the sea. Construction of this titan began in 1988 and reached its monumental completion in 1994, involving a workforce of over 13,000 people, spanning a total length of 50.45 kilometers, with a staggering 37.9 kilometers situated deep beneath the seabed. It remains the longest undersea tunnel in existence. It was forged through layers of chalk marl using massive tunnel boring machines that met with millimeter precision in the dark silence of the Earth. Visually, the tunnel resembles a massive concrete artery pulsing beneath the ocean floor, a steel-lined vein carrying the lifeblood of European commerce and travel. It is a sterile, gray world of echoing tracks and humming electricity, shielded from the crushing weight of millions of tons of seawater above. As the trains vanish into the darkness, the dim fluorescent lights flicker against the damp, reinforced walls, creating a rhythm that feels like the heartbeat of the planet itself. The cold glow of the service lights illuminates the path forward, yet a heavy sense of isolation lingers in the air. Does the immense weight of the ocean above remind us of our ultimate fragility? What ancient secrets sleep in the prehistoric mud just inches away from this iron path? As you travel through this silent void, you must wonder, have we truly conquered the sea? Or are we merely guests in a realm where we were never meant to breathe? In the heart of the neon-soaked Mojave Desert, a new sun has risen, one not made of primordial fire, but of millions of high-definition light-emitting diodes. The sphere is a testament to human curiosity and the desire to redefine reality itself. Opened to the public in 2023, This architectural marvel stands 112 meters tall and stretches 157 meters wide, making it the largest spherical structure on the planet. Its exterior, a 54,000 square meter canvas known as the exosphere, is covered with 1.2 million programmable LED pucks, capable of displaying images so vivid they can be seen from space. Inside, a 16K resolution wraparound screen creates an immersive environment that challenges the very senses of those who enter. It resembles a giant, glowing eyeball watching the neon sins of Las Vegas, or perhaps a digital planet that has fallen from a distant, futuristic galaxy to rest upon the desert sand. Its surface transitions from a swirling vortex of molten lava to a hyper-realistic moon, casting an eerie, synthetic glow over the surrounding skyscrapers. The golden radiance reflects off the hot asphalt, creating a shimmering halo that feels almost divine. It is a temple of the digital age, a place where the line between the physical and the virtual dissolves into light. Is this massive orb a beacon of a glorious new era, or is it a shimmering monument to our own vanity? Can a machine, no matter how bright, truly capture the flickering soul of the human experience? Or are we simply lost in the glare of our own creation? To survive the relentless hunger of the ocean, a nation must tame the very element that gives it life. Welcome to the Delta Works, the iron fortress built against the fury of the North Sea. Following the catastrophic flood of 1953, the Netherlands embarked on a quest to ensure such a tragedy would never happen again. This system is a series of 13 massive structures, including dams, sluices, and storm surge barriers, built between 1954 and 1997. The crown jewel, the Oosterscheldekering, is 9 kilometers long and features 65 enormous concrete pillars that hold back the tide. It is widely regarded by engineers as the 8th wonder of the world due to its unprecedented scale and complexity. Looking at it from the shore, the system appears like a giant set of iron teeth biting back the tide, standing as a gray, unwavering sentinel against the relentless gray horizon. It is a landscape of brutalist beauty, where massive steel gates hang suspended over the churning water, ready to drop at a moment's notice. The salt spray settles on the cold, weathered steel as the wind howls through the gaps in the barriers. There is a profound sense of pride in this place, a quiet, local belief that while God created the earth, the Dutch created the Netherlands. But as the sea levels continue to rise, a haunting question remains. Is it pride that makes us fight the moon's eternal pull, or a sacred, desperate duty to protect the land of our ancestors? How long can man-made stone withstand the patient, grinding power of the deep? Don't look down. Look up at the infinite void of the night sky and realize that the brightest star you see is actually a pressurized titanium vessel moving at a lethal 17,500 miles per hour. The International Space Station is the ultimate frontier, a laboratory where the laws of gravity are suspended, and the survival of the crew depends on a thin layer of metal. Launched in 1998 through a historic partnership of 5 space agencies, it orbits at an average altitude of 400 kilometers. It is a masterpiece of logistics, completing 15.5 orbits around our planet every single day, meaning its inhabitants witness a sunrise every 90 minutes. The station looks like a skeletal dragonfly made of shimmering solar panels and interconnected pressurized modules, drifting through the silent, velvet vacuum of the cosmos. Its gold-tinted wings soak up the unfiltered rays of the sun, while its metallic body reflects the blue glow of the world below. It is a fragile spark of life in a cold, unforgiving sea of nothingness. Shadows stretch across the narrow corridors as the sun rises for the 16th time in a single day, casting a ghostly light on the faces of those who live there. There is a terrifying stillness in the station's hum, a reminder that outside those walls, there is only a vacuum that would claim a life in seconds. Are we merely observers in this high-altitude cage, or are we the universe's way of finally knowing itself? What happens to the soul when it is no longer anchored to the earth, and the only thing between you and eternity is a whistle in the air vent? Do not trust the horizon. In the shimmering heat of Dubai, the very land beneath your feet was once nothing more than a dream conjured from the depths of the Persian Gulf. Palm Jumeirah is a defiant statement against the limits of geography. Land reclamation for this massive project started in 2001, utilizing 94 million cubic meters of sand and 7 million tons of rock dredged from the ocean floor. It spans over 5 kilometers into the sea and is protected by an 11-kilometer crescent breakwater designed to withstand the waves. It was built without using any concrete or steel for the island itself, relying entirely on the vibration compaction of sand. From high above, it looks like a giant golden palm tree tattooed onto the turquoise skin of the ocean, a permanent scar of luxury carved into the natural world. Each frond is lined with mansions and private beaches, creating a symmetry that is both beautiful and unsettling. It is a man-made paradise that feels almost too perfect to be real. The setting sun paints the fronds in deep, blood orange hues as the tide laps gently against the artificial shore. Beneath the surface of the luxury, there is a lingering mystery. Can immense wealth truly command the tides to stay, or will the sea eventually reclaim its stolen sand? Why do we feel this insatiable urge to build our palaces where we do not belong? As the salt air corrodes the edges of this desert dream, one must ask, is this a triumph of the will, or a beautiful mirage waiting for the water to rise? Beware the fog that rolls over the East China Sea, for it hides a titan that never sleeps. The port of Shanghai is not just a docking station. It is a sprawling, mechanical beast that dictates the pulse of global trade. Since 2010, it has held the title of the world's busiest container port, processing a staggering 47.3 million TEUs, 20-foot equivalent units, annually. Its deep water section, Yangshan, is connected to the mainland by a 32.5-kilometer bridge, stretching into the open ocean like a limb of a metal giant. Spanning over 3,600 square kilometers, it is a labyrinth of steel and automation where machines often outnumber men. Visually, the port resembles a dense, neon-lit forest of towering red cranes, their long necks dipping into the bellies of massive ships like predatory birds. At night, it becomes a glowing circuit board of containers stacked like infinite Lego bricks under a haze of industrial smog. The cold blue LED floodlights pierce through the mist, illuminating the rhythmic movement of automated guided vehicles. Local sailors whisper of the phantom whistles, the sound of foghorns echoing when no ships are near. Is this the ghost of the old harbor, or a warning from the deep? Do not linger on the docks after midnight. They say the cranes sometimes move on their own, as if the port has developed a consciousness of its own, hungry for more than just cargo. Look up until your neck aches, then look higher still, for you are standing in the shadow of a structure that dares to challenge the heavens themselves. Why did we feel the need to pierce the clouds with such ferocity? Rising to a dizzying height of 828 meters, this silver needle in the desert was completed in 2010 after 6 years of grueling labor. It contains 163 floors above ground and utilizes a high-performance glass system designed to withstand the blistering Arabian sun and extreme pressure. The foundation alone required 45,000 cubic meters of concrete, weighing more than 110,000 tons, anchored deep into the ancient sands. The building looks like a shimmering stalagmite of glass and steel, or perhaps a futuristic weapon aimed at the stars. Its tiered, spiraling design mimics the Hymenocallis desert flower, but in its scale, it feels more like a ladder built by a civilization trying to escape the earth. As the sun sets, the building's skin reflects a blinding golden fire that fades into a cold, ethereal violet. It is said that at the very top, the wind doesn't blow. It screams, a sound some believe is the sky's protest against this intrusion. Does this tower represent our ascent to godhood? Or is it a modern Tower of Babel, destined to remind us of our pride? Why do we build so high, if not to hide from the shadows we cast on the ground? Tread carefully when the mist settles over the Tarn Valley, for you are about to cross a road that feels like it belongs in a dream or a nightmare. The Millau Viaduct is a masterpiece of tension and grace, yet it stands over a terrifying abyss. This architectural marvel is the tallest bridge in the world, with its highest mast reaching 343 meters, dwarfing the Eiffel Tower by nearly 20 meters. Opened in 2004, to bridge the gap between Paris and the Mediterranean. It spans 2,160 meters across the deep gorge. The structure is supported by 7 massive concrete piers, engineered to withstand winds of over 250 kilometers per hour, holding a steel deck that weighs 36,000 tons. From a distance, the white cable-stayed masts look like a fleet of ghost ships sailing through a sea of clouds. It is a fragile-looking thread of white hanging over a void, a scar of human ambition across the pristine French countryside. The pale moonlight reflects off the white pylons, casting long skeletal shadows across the valley floor. Legend speaks of the wind of the abyss, a sudden gale that carries the faint sound of voices from the ancient gorge below. Travelers are warned, never stop your car to look over the edge when the fog is thick. They say the heights can play tricks on the mind, whispering for you to join the silence below. What ancient spirits were disturbed when we hammered these steel pillars into their sacred valley? Twist your perspective and watch the sky spiral around you as you enter the fastest elevator on the planet. Why did we create a skyscraper that twists like a living organism? This 632-meter behemoth is the tallest building in China and the 3rd tallest in the world, completed in 2015. Its most striking feature is its 120-degree spiral, a design choice that reduces wind loads by 24% during typhoons. The tower is essentially 2 buildings in one, with a transparent glass outer skin that creates 9 indoor sky lobbies, acting as thermal buffers for the inner core. It looks like a gargantuan glass serpent coiling upward toward the heavens, or a localized whirlwind frozen in a state of crystalline perfection. The double-layered glass facade gives it a translucent, ghost-like appearance that seems to blend into the gray Shanghai skyline. The internal lights glow with a soft neon pulse, mimicking the rhythmic breathing of a hibernating giant. Some say that on the 121st floor, the air feels unnaturally heavy, as if the building's spiral has created a vortex for lost energies. Is this tower a masterpiece of green engineering, or a trap for the winds of fate? Why do we seek to live in the clouds when our roots are so firmly planted in the mud? Beware the upper floors during a storm. The building's sway is a reminder that we are never truly in control. Beware the siren call of the open water as you drive across 6 lanes of asphalt stretching into a horizon where the sea and sky become one. This 41.58-kilometer marathon of concrete and steel was completed in 2011 after 4 years of relentless construction in the freezing waters of eastern China. It is supported by more than 5,000 concrete pillars and was designed to withstand a magnitude 8 earthquake, typhoons, and the impact of a 300,000-ton vessel. The T-shaped interchange in the middle of the ocean allows drivers to switch directions while suspended over the churning depths of the Yellow Bay. Visually, it resembles a colossal, pale dragon resting its weary body upon the waves, its spine arching toward the distant horizon. From the air, it is a magnificent geometric scar, a testament to man's desire to conquer the untamable sea. The orange streetlights cast a flickering, hellish glow on the dark water below, where the tide crashes against the pillars with a vengeful rhythm. Rumors among local fishermen tell of the bridge that eats the light, claiming that on certain moonless nights, the road seems to stretch infinitely, leading nowhere. What lies beneath the black waves that even the strongest concrete cannot suppress? Do not look into the water for too long. They say the sea is patient, and it remembers every inch of territory we have stolen from its grasp. Don't look down. That is the only rule you must follow when standing atop the curved, dizzying precipice of the Hoover Dam. How could a structure built in an era of steam and sweat hold back the weight of the entire Colorado River? Constructed between 1931 and 1936 during the height of the Great Depression, this concrete titan stands 221 meters high and spans 379 meters across the jagged Black Canyon. Over 3.25 million cubic yards of concrete were poured into its frame, enough to pave a 2-lane highway from San Francisco to New York City. It was engineered not just as a wall, but as a gravity-defying arch that shoves the lake's immense pressure directly into the canyon walls. Visually, the dam looks like a massive, pale rib bone wedged into the scorched red throat of the earth. Its smooth, Art Deco face contrasts sharply with the violent, ancient rock surrounding it, a white scar of human ambition visible even from the heavens. The setting sun casts long, distorted shadows across the spillways, where the air suddenly turns ice cold despite the desert heat. Legends whisper that the spirits of the 96 men who perished during its brutal construction still linger in the damp inspection tunnels. As the water hums deep within the turbines, one cannot help but ask, are we truly the masters of this river? Or is the dam merely a plug in a bottle that is destined to burst? What happens when the concrete finally tires of holding back the ghosts of the deep? How could a single path of water be powerful enough to tear a continent in half? The Panama Canal is a testament to the sheer violence of human engineering against the stubbornness of geography. Built through the blood and toil of thousands between 1904 and 1914, this 82-kilometer waterway connects the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans, saving ships a perilous 12,000-kilometer journey around Cape Horn. The project required the excavation of 268 million cubic yards of earth, including the infamous Culebra Cut and the creation of Gatun Lake, which was once the largest man-made lake in the world. Its massive lock systems act as water elevators, lifting gargantuan vessels 26 meters above sea level. It looks like a deep, surgical incision across the emerald green throat of the Isthmus of Panama. From above, the massive steel gates of the Miraflores locks resemble the mandibles of a giant insect, slowly swallowing and releasing the steel titans of global trade. The humid mist rises from the jungle canopy, glowing with an eerie, translucent light as the sun dips below the horizon. They say the jungle remembers the 25,000 lives lost to yellow fever and landslides, their voices echoing in the rhythmic clanking of the lock chains. Is this canal a bridge for the world, or a permanent wound we have inflicted upon Mother Nature? As the water rises silently in the dark chambers, does the earth mourn the piece of itself that was taken to feed our insatiable need for speed? Behold the ship that sails upon the clouds of the Lion City, a monument to the impossible marriage of architecture and gravity. Marina Bay Sands is not just a hotel. It is the definitive symbol of Singapore's meteoric rise to global prominence. Opened in 2010 at a staggering cost of $5.7 billion, this complex features 3 55-story towers linked by a 340-meter-long sky park. This celestial boat spans longer than the Eiffel Tower is tall and houses a 150-meter infinity pool, the largest of its kind at such an altitude. The structure is supported by a sophisticated system of movement joints to account for the natural swaying of the towers in the wind. The building looks like a futuristic surfboard resting atop 3 massive stone pillars, or perhaps a gateway to a civilization that has transcended the earth. Its glass skin reflects the shimmering blue of the bay, making the entire structure appear to float within the tropical haze. The golden radiance of the city lights reflects off the infinity pool's edge, creating a seamless transition between the water and the starry sky. This is a place built on the principles of feng shui, designed to trap and circulate qi to ensure eternal prosperity for the nation. It evokes a sense of absolute prestige and local pride. But as you stand on the edge of the sky, you must wonder, does such luxury bring us closer to the divine, or does it merely distance us from the ground we belong to? Deep within the precipitous valleys of the Jinsha River, a concrete giant hums with a power that could light up 1 million lives. The Baihatan Hydropower Station is a crowning achievement of Chinese heavy engineering and a beacon of renewable energy. Officially beginning its full operation in 2022, it stands as the second largest hydropower station in the world, eclipsed only by the Three Gorges Dam. It features a massive double curvature arch dam that rises 289 meters into the mist, utilizing 16 million kilowatt generator units, each a masterpiece of domestic innovation. The sheer volume of concrete used and the complexity of its underground caverns make it a marvel of modern geological management. Visually, the dam looks like a colossal silver shield held by a hidden mountain god, blocking the path of the roaring river. The water, cascading from its spillways, creates a thunderous white veil that seems to vibrate the very foundations of the surrounding peaks. A soft, ethereal mist blankets the canyon, glowing with a ghostly white light as the turbines vibrate deep underground. There is a sacred silence here, a feeling that the spirit of the dragon has been harnessed to serve the people. It is a monument to national resilience and the triumph of the human will over the untamable currents of time. Yet, as the valley falls into the shadow of the Great Wall, one must ask, when we silence the roar of a river, what parts of the Earth's ancient soul are we quieting forever? Step into a world where nature and machine have finally signed a peace treaty, creating a sanctuary that feels both ancient and thousands of years ahead of its time. Gardens by the Bay is the heart of Singapore's City in a Garden vision, a 101-hectare masterpiece opened in 2012. Its most iconic features are the 18 super trees, vertical gardens ranging from 25 to 50 meters tall, which act as air venting ducts, rainwater collectors, and solar energy harvesters. The Flower Dome, the largest glass greenhouse in the world, recreates the cool, dry climates of the Mediterranean, housing rare plants from every corner of the globe in a controlled, sustainable environment. The gardens look like a cluster of giant mechanical mushrooms growing from a bed of lush tropical velvet. At night, the super trees transform into glowing skeletons of purple and gold, their branches reaching out to touch the neon stars of the Singapore skyline. The bioluminescent glow of the forest floor creates an atmosphere of profound serenity and spiritual harmony. There is a quiet pride here, a belief that humanity can flourish without destroying the greenery that sustains us. It feels like a holy grove for the digital age, a place where the soul is got ruah, cleansed by the oxygen of 1,000 species. But as the artificial lights flicker among the real leaves, a haunting question remains. Is this the blueprint for our future survival? Or is it a beautiful, fragile museum of a nature we have already lost? Witness the industrial pulse of a nation as we step into the shadow of the world's largest thermal power titan. The Tuoketuo Power Station is a monument to heavy engineering and the sheer scale of energy production required to fuel the modern world. Located in Inner Mongolia, this massive complex began its first phase in 1995 and has since expanded to a staggering capacity of 6,120 megawatts. It consists of 8 massive units, with its chimneys piercing the sky at heights exceeding 200 meters. The plant utilizes advanced air cooling technology to manage the extreme temperatures of the region, ensuring a constant flow of electricity to the Beijing-Tianjin Tangshan power grid. The station resembles a cluster of mechanical giants, breathing white clouds into the vast Mongolian horizon, their concrete bodies standing as gray sentinels over the arid landscape. From a distance, the massive cooling towers look like the lungs of an industrial deity, rhythmic and unyielding in their operation. It is a world of echoing steel, humming turbines, and the constant vibrating energy of coal being transformed into light. A silver haze hangs over the complex as the morning sun hits the metallic structures, reflecting a sense of immense, grounded power. There is a deep-seated pride in this place, embodied in the local saying that the fire of the North lights the dreams of the East. But as the heavy machines drone on, one must ask, is this fire a gift that sustains us, or a debt we are borrowing from the earth itself? Enter the city within a city, a $25 billion engineering marvel that stands where nothing was meant to exist. Hudson Yards is the largest private real estate development in the history of the United States, a feat of urban surgery performed over a working rail yard. Completed in its primary phase in 2019, the project is anchored by a massive 10-acre platform that supports skyscrapers weighing millions of tons while trains continue to move silently below. The centerpiece, the vessel, stands 46 meters tall with 2,500 individual steps, while the edge observation deck juts out 24 meters into the sky, hanging 345 meters above the Manhattan pavement. The complex looks like a crystalline forest of glass and polished steel, with the vessel resembling a giant golden honeycomb or a rib cage of a futuristic titan. It is a playground of geometry, where sharp angles and reflective surfaces create a kaleidoscope of the New York skyline, shimmering with the restless energy of capitalism. The cold blue light of the Atlantic reflects off the glass towers, creating a sterile yet awe-inspiring atmosphere of absolute modernism. It is a testament to the American spirit of building upward when there is no room left to build. Yet, as the wind whistles through the metallic gaps of the vessel, a haunting question remains. Have we built a sanctuary for the future, or an ivory tower that has forgotten the ground below? How much weight can a dream hold before the platform begins to groan? Tread the path where two nations meet in a breathtaking dance of concrete and water, a crossing that challenges the very boundaries of geography. The Orison Bridge is not just a bridge. It is a 16-kilometer lifeline that famously disappears into the sea. Opened in 2000, this engineering hybrid consists of an 8-kilometer cable-stayed bridge, a 4-kilometer artificial island named Paberholm, and a 4-kilometer undersea tunnel. The bridge's highest pylons reach 204 meters, supporting a double-track railway and a 4-lane motorway that facilitate the movement of over 25 million people annually. It was designed to withstand the crushing ice of the Baltic Sea and the hurricane-force winds of the north. Visually, the bridge looks like a giant, elegant white needle sewing the fabric of two countries together, before suddenly diving beneath the waves like a sea serpent retreating to the depths. It is a masterpiece of symmetry and transition, a white line of civilization cutting through the emerald and gray expanse of the Orison Strait. The pale Nordic sun casts a soft, ethereal glow over the white pylons, creating a sense of calm and unity that transcends borders. There is a quiet, local belief that the bridge has finally healed the ancient rivalries of the North, acting as a physical bond of peace. But as your car descends into the dark mouth of the tunnel, you must wonder, what is it like to drive through the silence of the seabed? Is this a bridge to the future? Or have we merely built a path for the sea to eventually follow? Beware the frozen needle of the north, for it stands as a lonely sentinel over the icy waters of the Gulf of Finland. Why did we build a tower of glass in a land where the winter sun barely touches the horizon? The Lacta Center is the tallest building in Russia and all of Europe, standing at a formidable height of 462 meters. Completed in 2019, its design is inspired by the power of water and the spires of Peter the Great's cathedrals. The tower features a unique twisted architecture where each floor rotates by nearly 1 degree from the one below. Its foundation is a record-breaking feat of engineering, consisting of 264 piles driven 82 meters into the stubborn Russian clay. The building looks like a colossal shard of ice or a jagged crystal rising from the frozen Neva Bay, its silver skin reflecting the bruised purples and grays of the Arctic sky. It is a sharp, aggressive silhouette that seems to pierce the very clouds, standing in total isolation from the historic city center. The flickering, pale blue LEDs on the facade mimic the shimmering of the aurora borealis, casting a ghostly radiance over the snow-covered plains. Local legends speak of the wind of the Neva, which supposedly whispers secrets of the Tsars to those who reach the highest floors. As the tower sways imperceptibly in the howling blizzard, one must ask, is this a beacon of a new era? Or a glass monument to the cold, unforgiving silence of the North? What happens to the soul when it is suspended so far above the permafrost? Look up at the slender, silver spire that defines the skyline of Seoul, and realize that you are looking at a structure that breathes with the pulse of an entire nation. The Lotte World Tower is a vertical city, rising 555 meters into the air, with 123 floors of luxury, office space, and observation decks. Completed in 2017, it is the 6th tallest building in the world and was engineered to withstand a magnitude 9 earthquake and winds of up to 80 meters per second. The tower's design is deeply rooted in traditional Korean aesthetics, drawing inspiration from the elegant curves of Korean ceramics and the precision of calligraphy brushes. The tower resembles a giant tapered vase of glass and light, or perhaps a futuristic quill waiting to write the next chapter of history upon the sky. Its surface is covered in 42,000 glass panels that catch the sun, making the building glow like a translucent diamond in the heart of the Gangnam district. The golden radiance of the setting sun reflects off the Han River, bathing the tower in a warmth that feels almost spiritual. There is a sense of intense national pride here, a feeling that this tower is the ultimate symbol of the miracle on the Han River. But travelers have reported strange low-frequency hums echoing in the elevators at night, a sound some call the song of the sky. Is this the vibration of the wind, or the voices of a city that never stops moving? Why do we feel the need to stand so close to the stars while our shadows stretch so far across the earth? Step onto the ancient limestone foundations of the Balearic Crown, where the earth has spent millions of years sculpting a masterpiece of verticality and void. Mallorca is not merely a holiday destination. It is a geological fortress rising from the sapphire depths of the Mediterranean. Formed during the Alpine orogeny, the island's backbone, the Serra de Tramuntana, features limestone cliffs that plunge over 400 meters directly into the sea. Beneath this rugged exterior lies a subterranean world of over 200 known caves, including the famous Cuevas del Drac, which houses one of the world's largest underground lakes. The island also preserves fossilized dunes, remnants of a prehistoric climate that once saw the sea level fluctuate violently against these shores. Visually, Mallorca resembles a sun-bleached skeleton wrapped in turquoise glass. The sharp, jagged karst formations of the mountains contrast with the soft, undulating curves of the ancient dunes, creating a landscape that looks like a frozen storm of stone. It is a world of stark whites and deep blues, where the wind has carved the rock into hollowed-out shapes that resemble the faces of forgotten gods. The pale, midday sun reflects off the white limestone, creating a blinding glare that feels almost purifying. There is a great, quiet pride among the locals who believe these caves are the lungs of the earth, breathing with the rhythm of the tides. But as you wander into the silent, dripping darkness of the underwater caverns, you must wonder, does the stone remember the weight of the prehistoric oceans? What ancient whispers are trapped within the fossilized sands, waiting for the wind to set them free? Stand where the pulse of two mighty oceans collide at the very tip of the European continent, a place where the wind never truly sleeps. Tarifa is a geographical anomaly, the southernmost point of mainland Europe, situated just 14 kilometers away from the rugged coast of Africa. This is the sacred intersection where the Mediterranean Sea meets the Atlantic Ocean, creating a turbulent meeting point of currents and cultures. Known as the kite-surfing capital of the world, its geography creates a natural wind tunnel, dominated by the fierce Levante and Poniente winds. The town itself is anchored by the castle of Guzman el Bueno, a fortress built in 960 AD to guard this strategic gateway between two worlds. The town looks like a whitewashed sentinel standing between deep sapphire and raging cobalt waters. From the shoreline, the mountains of Morocco appear so close they feel like a mirage, a dark silhouette looming over the white sand dunes of Valdevaqueiros. It is a landscape of constant motion, where the air is thick with salt spray and the fluttering wings of thousands of migratory birds. The golden light of the late afternoon dances on the surface of the strait, illuminating the invisible line where the two waters clash. There is a sense of being at the edge of the known world, a guardian of the strait where many believe the pillars of Hercules once stood. But as the wind howls through the narrow Moorish alleys, a haunting question remains. Can a single town truly hold the weight of two continents? What happens to the soul when it is caught in the eternal tug of war between the Atlantic's rage and the Mediterranean's calm? Witness the stone forest that has outlived its creator and continues to grow toward the heavens like a living organism. Why did Antoni Gaudí design a cathedral that feels more like a divine grotto than a man-made structure? Work on the Sagrada Familia began in 1882. And over 140 years later, it remains a work in progress. When completed, its tallest spire, the Jesus Christ Tower, will reach 172.5 meters, making it the tallest church in the world. The design is a radical departure from traditional Gothic architecture, utilizing hyperbolic paraboloids and branching columns that mimic the structural efficiency of trees. Gaudí famously said his client, God, was in no hurry to see it finished. The building looks like a melting sandcastle or a gargantuan coral reef rising from the heart of Barcelona. Its nativity facade is a chaotic, beautiful explosion of stone life, while the interior is a kaleidoscope of light, with massive pillars reaching up like a canopy of ancient oaks. The rainbow light, filtering through the stained glass windows, bathes the nave in an ethereal, shifting glow that feels like a physical manifestation of the divine. This is a place of absolute architectural devotion, where geometry and spirituality are inseparable. It feels as though the stone itself is praying, a monument to a faith that transcends generations. But as the cranes continue to move above the spires, one must ask, is the Sagrada Familia ever meant to be finished? Or is its true purpose to remind us that our search for the infinite is a journey that never truly ends? Ascend the snowy range, where the earth finally touches the Iberian sky, standing as a white-capped witness to the passage of empires. The Sierra Nevada is home to Mulhacén, which at 3,479 meters is the highest peak in mainland Spain. This mountain range was formed by the collision of the African and Eurasian plates, creating a dramatic alpine landscape just a short distance from the Mediterranean coast. It is a UNESCO Biosphere Reserve, housing over 2,000 plant species, many of which are found nowhere else on the planet. The high-altitude lagoons, such as Laguna de la Caldera, are remnants of the glacial forces that carved these jagged peaks during the last ice age. The mountains resemble a jagged spine of white marble cutting through the heat of the Andalusian plains. In the winter, the peaks are a blinding, pristine white that contrasts sharply with the deep green of the valleys below. From the summit of Mulhacén, on a clear day, you can see across the sea to the Rif Mountains of Africa, a view that feels like looking across the border of time itself. A ghostly, silver silence blankets the high ridges as the sun dips below the horizon, casting long violet shadows over the snowfields. Local legends tell of mountain spirits that guard the hidden lagoons, protecting the pure waters from those who do not respect the heights. There is a feeling of being Gatrua, cleansed by the thin, cold air of the peaks. But as you stand on the roof of Spain, you must wonder, why do these mountains feel so ancient yet so fragile? Are we climbing to reach the gods, or simply to see how small we truly are? Don't look down. The town of Ronda is literally clinging to the edge of oblivion, split in two by a terrifying geological wound. This ancient city is perched atop two massive limestone cliffs, separated by the El Tajo Gorge, a sheer drop of 120 meters, created by the erosion of the Guadalquivir River. Connecting the two halves is the Puente Nuevo, an architectural marvel completed in 1793 after 42 years of construction. The bridge contains a hidden chamber above its central arch that was once used as a prison, a place where the sound of the rushing water below was the only company for the condemned. The town looks like two halves of a white city staring at each other across a stone void, with the bridge acting as a desperate stone handshake. The whitewashed houses seem to grow directly out of the cliff face, their balconies hanging over the abyss like the nests of daring birds. It is a landscape of brutal beauty and vertiginous heights. The orange glow of the sunset illuminates the weathered stones of the bridge, casting a hellish light into the dark depths of the gorge. There is a heavy sense of history here, a pride in a city that refused to be conquered by the terrain. But as the wind whistles through the cracks in the canyon walls, carrying the echoes of the river far below, a haunting question remains. What lies at the bottom of the El Tajo that even the bravest won't seek? Does the bridge hold the city together? Or is it merely a witness to the Earth's slow, patient effort to pull it apart? Why would anyone build a sanctuary in the very teeth of a jagged mountain giant, thousands of feet above the safety of the plains? Montserrat, meaning serrated mountain, is a Benedictine abbey founded in 1025, nestled among strange, rounded rock formations that rise 1,236 meters into the Catalan sky. The monastery is home to the Virgin of Montserrat, a Black Madonna statue believed by many to have been carved in Jerusalem at the dawn of Christianity. The mountain itself is a geological marvel of pink conglomerate stone, shaped by millions of years of wind and rain into pillars that resemble fingers reaching for heaven. The monastery looks like a fragile stone nest tucked into the folds of a gargantuan gray-robed monk. The serrated peaks surround the complex like the teeth of a saw, creating a natural fortress that feels completely disconnected from the modern world below. It is a place where the clouds often drift through the courtyards, blurring the line between earth and sky. The dim, flickering candlelight of the basilica reflects off the dark skin of the Black Madonna, creating an atmosphere of heavy, ancient mystery. Travelers are warned about the mountain's voice, a low, rhythmic humming heard during the transition from day to night. Is this the sound of the wind, or the mountain itself chanting with the monks? What happens to the prayers of 1,000 years when they are trapped in these stone chimneys? Beware the high trails when the mist rolls in. They say the mountain doesn't just hide the monastery, it hides the secrets of those who never returned. Tread carefully along the rugged coast, where the rocks have teeth, and the sea hides secrets beneath its deceptively calm turquoise surface. The Costa Brava stretches for 200 kilometers along the northeastern coast of Spain, a labyrinth of hidden coves, granite cliffs, and medieval ruins. Its name literally means wild coast, a tribute to the violent geological forces that shattered the shoreline into 1,000 jagged pieces. In places like Tossa de Mar, 12th century stone walls still stand guard over the waves, while the botanic gardens of Cap Roig sit atop cliffs that drop 70 meters into the churning Mediterranean. The coast looks like a fractured mosaic of emerald pine forests, sun-scarred granite, and crystal-clear water. From the air, the hidden callus, coves, look like jewels tucked into the pockets of a giant's rocky coat. It is a world of sharp contrasts, where the brutalist gray of the rock meets the soft, shifting blues of the sea. The pale moonlight reflects off the white foam of the waves, casting skeletal shadows across the rocky shore. Legend speaks of the sirens of the callus, whose whispers are said to be heard by fishermen during the moonless nights of the Tramontana wind. There is a sense of ancient, untamable beauty here that evokes a quiet local reverence. But as you walk the narrow coastal paths at dusk, you must wonder, what is the sea trying to wash away from these rocks? Are these coves a sanctuary for us, or are they traps set by a coast that refuses to be tamed? Have you ever walked on a planet that hasn't finished cooling down yet? Teide National Park, on the island of Tenerife, is a gateway to a primordial world, dominated by Mount Teide, which at 3,515 meters is the highest peak in all of Spain. This volcanic giant sits within the Las Cañadas caldera, a massive 15-kilometer wide crater formed by a colossal prehistoric collapse. The landscape is a textbook of volcanic activity, featuring solidified lava flows, obsidian fields, and sulfur vents that still hiss with the Earth's internal heat. The last eruption occurred in 1909, but the mountain remains an active, breathing titan. The park looks like a rusted, lunar wasteland draped in shades of ochre, red, and obsidian black. From the cable car, the vast lava fields resemble a frozen sea of chocolate and ash, while the Roques de Garcia stand like twisted stone totems in the middle of a desert of fire. It is a landscape so alien that it has served as the backdrop for numerous science fiction films. The smell of sulfur hangs thin in the freezing mountain air as the setting sun turns the volcanic peak into a glowing pyramid of crimson. There is a terrifying stillness here, a feeling that you are standing on the chest of a sleeping god. Local Guanche legends tell of Guayota, the demon of fire, who lives inside the crater. As the Earth's heartbeat vibrates through your boots, one must ask, how long will the giant stay silent? Is this a park for tourists, or a temple built on the lid of a furnace that could consume the world at any moment? Beware the colorful scales of the mosaic dragon that guards this surreal dreamscape, for you are entering the mind of a man who saw architecture as a form of natural prayer. Parc Güell was built between 1900 and 1914 as a failed luxury housing estate that eventually became Barcelona's most iconic garden. Spanning 17 hectares, it is a masterclass in the trencadís technique, using shattered ceramic shards to create vibrant, fluid mosaics. The park's center is a massive forest of 86 Doric-style columns that support a wavy, tiled bench designed to mimic the movement of a sea serpent. The park looks like a cluster of gingerbread houses and fairy tale towers that have sprouted from a bed of lush Mediterranean greenery. The stone viaducts resemble petrified bird nests, while the colorful ceramic benches shimmer like the skin of a prehistoric beast basking in the sun. It is a place where straight lines do not exist, and every corner feels like it was designed by a feverish visionary. The shimmering tiles reflect the golden Spanish sun, creating a kaleidoscope of light that seems to dance before your eyes. It is said that Gaudí's ghost still walks the winding paths at dawn, checking the alignment of the mosaics with the stars. There is a sense of whimsical divinity here, a feeling that the garden is a portal to a more colorful dimension. But as the shadows of the stone columns stretch across the plaza, a haunting question remains. Where does genius end and madness begin? Did Gaudí build a park for the people, or a labyrinth to trap the sunlight forever? Tread softly through the halls, where kings and caliphs once shared the same shadow, for the stones of the Alcazar have eyes and ears that span 1,000 years. Originally built as a Muslim fortress in 913 AD, this royal palace is the oldest still in use in Europe. It is the ultimate expression of Mudejar architecture, a style where Christian and Islamic aesthetics fused into a dizzying display of geometric perfection. The Palace of Pedro I, with its intricate plasterwork and tiled azulejos, took years to complete. utilizing craftsmen from across the Mediterranean to create a paradise on earth within its walls. The palace looks like a kaleidoscope of stone lace and hidden water mirrors, where every archway leads to a new secret. The lush gardens are filled with orange trees and peacocks, while the baths of Lady Maria de Padilla look like a subterranean cathedral, reflecting in a pool of golden, stagnant water. It is a world of heavy silks, cooling fountains, and the scent of jasmine and intrigue. The soft, orange-scented light filters through the carved wooden ceilings, illuminating the geometric patterns that represent the infinite nature of God. There is a lingering whisper in the tiles, a feeling that the ghosts of the Reconquista still linger in the cool courtyards. Is this a palace of peace, or a monument to the blood and gold that built it? As the water trickles in the silence of the Patio de las Doncellas, one must ask, how many secrets are buried beneath these marble floors? And does the palace belong to the living or the dead who refuse to leave? Step where death once stood as a silent companion, and realize that every footfall on this path is a defiance of the abyss. The Caminito del Rey, or the King's Little Path, is a testament to the terrifying intersection of human utility and mortal danger. Originally constructed between 1901 and 1905 to provide workers access to the Coro and Gaitanejo Falls, this 3-kilometer walkway clings to the sheer limestone walls of the El Chorro Gorge. Suspended 100 meters above the churning river, the path was famously known as the most dangerous in the world before its 2015 renovation. The original structure, a crumbling concrete ledge barely a meter wide, stands as a skeletal reminder of the precariousness of life. It looks like a fragile, rust-stained ribbon pinned to the heart of a jagged stone giant, a scar of industry that nature has tried for a century to reclaim. The golden Spanish sun strikes the orange rock, casting long, dramatic shadows into the void where the water roars in a language only the dead understand. There is an epic weight to this place, a feeling that we are but ants crawling across the knuckles of the earth. Does the thrill of the height make us feel more alive, or does it merely remind us that we are one slip away from eternity? Why do we seek the edge, if not to see the reflection of our own fragility in the depth below? Enter the only desert in mainland Europe, a land where the sun has bleached the memory of rain from the very stones. The Tabernaz Desert in Almeria is a gateway to a parched, cinematic dimension, spanning 280 square kilometers of protected badlands. This geological anomaly was formed millions of years ago when the sea retreated, leaving behind a seabed of marls and sandstones that the relentless wind has since carved into a labyrinth of canyons. With over 3,000 hours of sunshine per year and less than 240 millimeters of rainfall, it is a place of extreme survival. It looks like a rusted corrugated wasteland of ochre ridges and dry riverbeds, resembling a landscape from a classic Western film. or a distant dead planet. The pale, shimmering heat haze creates a dreamlike atmosphere where the silence is so profound it feels sacred. As the setting sun paints the dunes in deep crimson and violet, a spiritual stillness descends upon the valley. It is a place where the soul feels got ruah, cleansed by the sheer emptiness of the horizon. In this cathedral of dust, do the spirits of the old outlaws still ride the hot winds? What ancient secrets are buried in the parched earth, waiting for a single drop of water to wake them? Can we find peace in a land that refuses to grow? Or are we just wandering through a beautiful, sun-scorched void? Imagine a city blooming not from the soil, but from the digital dreams of a hyper-connected future. Wuhan Future City is a 518 square kilometer high-tech sanctuary, a place where the boundary between silicon and soul has begun to dissolve. At its heart stands the Energy Flower, a 128-meter-tall architectural marvel completed in 2014, designed as the world's most sustainable research building. This structure, inspired by the calla lily, utilizes solar petals to generate power and a central pistil to facilitate natural ventilation and rainwater harvesting. The city looks like a futuristic garden of glass and light, where buildings resemble metallic flora reaching for a sky that is constantly monitored by artificial intelligence. The soft, iridescent glow of the solar panels reflects the blue of the surrounding lakes, creating a harmony of nature and machine that feels deeply poetic. There is a sense of sacred innovation here, a feeling that humanity has finally learned to build in rhythm with the planet. As the neon lights pulse through the digital veins of the city at dusk, one must wonder, is this the blueprint for our collective salvation? What happens to the human spirit when it is cradled by such perfection? Is this a home for the people, or a temple built to honor the gods of the algorithm? Descend into a hidden sanctuary where luxury and nature have retreated beneath the surface of the earth to escape the chaos of the modern world. Chengdu SKP is a subterranean marvel, a 260,000 square meter commercial complex where 99% of the structures are built underground. Completed in 2022, this sunken city is topped by a sprawling, lush park, hiding its high-end retail and art galleries beneath a canopy of green. The most striking feature is the life-giving water installation, a series of towering glass prisms that channel sunlight and cascading water into the depths below. Visually, the complex looks like a secret civilization from a science fiction epic, or a high-tech Garden of Eden buried beneath a meticulously manicured park. The air inside is cool and still, filled with the rhythmic sound of falling water and the soft hum of invisible machinery. The shimmering reflection of the water curtains creates a spiritual atmosphere of tranquility and prestige. It feels like a holy grotto for the modern age, a place where the spirit is got ruah by the beauty of design. But as you walk through the silent marble corridors beneath the grass, a haunting question remains. Why do we feel the need to hide our greatest treasures underground? Is this a paradise of the future, or a luxurious bunker for a world that has grown too loud to endure? Look upon 4 massive drops of water that have fallen from the heavens and come to rest upon a giant silver leaf. The Jiangsu Grand Theater in Nanjing is an architectural poem dedicated to the fluidity of art and the grace of the Yangtze River. Completed in 2017 and spanning 270,000 square kilometers, this cultural titan consists of 6 separate halls, including an opera house and a concert hall, all housed within 4 water drop shells. The exterior is clad in thousands of titanium plates that change color with the shifting light of the sky. It looks like a cluster of giant, translucent lotus petals or crystalline spheres floating on a sea of polished stone. The interior is a world of soft curves and acoustic perfection, where the sound of a single violin can soar to the highest rafters. The pale, ethereal light reflecting off the metallic skin creates a sense of profound serenity and artistic devotion. There is a sacred quality to the silence within its walls, a feeling that the theater is a vessel for the soul's expression. As the golden city lights dance on the surface of the titanium drops, one must ask, can architecture truly capture the essence of a melody? What echoes remain in the darkness after the final curtain falls? Is this a building or a prayer for the eternal beauty of song? The stars have begun to take orders from below, and the night sky is no longer a silent observer, but a canvas for a digital dance that defies the laws of nature. In the sprawling skylines of Shenzhen and Shanghai, massive drone swarms, sometimes exceeding 10,000 units, perform synchronized ballets controlled by a single AI brain. These light shows, which emerged as a global phenomenon around 2018, utilize RTK GPS technology to position each pixel with centimeter precision. Creating 3D dragons, floating palaces, and scrolling poetry in the void. Visually, the drones look like a glowing bioluminescent swarm of mechanical fireflies. Or a digital ghost manifesting in the darkness above the skyscrapers. The hum of thousands of tiny rotors creates a low-frequency vibration that you feel in your chest before you hear it. The neon radiance of the drones pierces the city smog, casting an eerie, synthetic glow on the faces of the crowds below. But as the digital dragon dissolves into 1,000 flickering sparks, a chilling thought lingers. What happens when the sky is no longer ours? Is this a celebration of human genius, or a warning of a future where even the heavens are programmable? Why do we feel a sense of dread as the lights move with such perfect, soulless grace? Who is really holding the remote? Why did we force 1,000 rivers to flow backward? And what ancient spirits did we displace to quench the thirst of the North? The South-North Water Transfer Project is the most ambitious irrigation feat in human history, a multi-decade endeavor designed to move 44.8 billion cubic meters of water annually from the humid South to the parched North. Stretching over 1,400 kilometers in its middle route alone, it utilizes massive canals, aqueducts that soar over valleys, and tunnels that dive beneath the Yellow River. Construction began in 2002, involving the relocation of hundreds of thousands of people and the carving of a permanent concrete vein across the heart of the country. It looks like a colossal, gray scar of liquid life cutting through the green fields and ancient mountains. A man-made river that refuses to follow the terrain. The water flows with a silent, unnatural speed, its surface reflecting a cold, clinical blue under the industrial sun. Local legends whisper of the thirsty ghosts, of the villages that were drowned to make way for the path. As the water hums through the massive pumping stations, a haunting question remains. Can we truly own the blood of the earth? What debt are we accumulating by stealing from the south to feed the north? Do the rivers remember their original path? And will they one day rise to reclaim it? Fly at 430 kilometers per hour without ever touching the ground, and feel the very fabric of time begin to stretch thin. The Shanghai Maglev is not a train. It is a silver bullet held aloft by the invisible hands of electromagnetism. Launched in 2004, it remains the world's first and fastest commercial high-speed magnetic levitation line, covering 30 kilometers from Pudong Airport to the city center in just over 7 minutes. It operates on the principle of magnetic repulsion, eliminating friction and allowing the vehicle to glide on a cushion of air. Visually, the train looks like a sleek metallic predator tearing through the urban landscape, its body a blur of silver and white against the gray concrete track. The sensation inside is one of weightless speed, accompanied by a ghostly, high-pitched hum that vibrates through the floor. The cold blue lights of the cabin flicker as the train leans into its high-speed curves, creating a feeling of being trapped in a futuristic laboratory. There is a warning in this speed. Do not blink, or the world you know will be gone. What happens to the human mind when it moves faster than it was ever meant to? Is this a triumph of engineering? Or are we just racing toward a destination that doesn't exist? Why does the silence of the magnets feel so much like a threat? Tread carefully across a high-speed ghost bridge that stretches over the open ocean, where the wind screams and the waves wait patiently for a mistake. The Fuzhou-Xiamen High-Speed Railway is a 277-kilometer engineering miracle, featuring China's first sea-crossing high-speed rail sections. Completed in 2023, the line includes 3 major sea-spanning bridges, where trains thunder across the abyss at 350 kilometers per hour. To withstand the corrosive salt air and typhoon-force winds, the bridges were built using advanced weather-resistant steel and aerodynamic designs that minimize vibration. The track looks like a thin, white needle, sewing the blue silk of the ocean to the rugged coastline, a fragile line of civilization suspended over a watery void. From the window, the horizon disappears into a gray haze where the sea and sky become one, making the train feel as though it is flying over a liquid planet. The pale light of the sea reflects off the concrete pillars, casting long, skeletal shadows into the churning depths. Local sailors speak of the iron roar that echoes across the bay, a sound that frightens the fish and calls to the spirits of the deep. Is this bridge a path to prosperity, or a dare we have thrown at the face of the sea? What happens if the pillars begin to groan under the weight of the tides? Deep within the jagged mountains of Guizhou, a massive iron cage waits to swallow 3,000-ton ships and lift them into the clouds. The Gupatan ship lift is a vertical canal, the highest of its kind in the world, featuring a maximum lifting height of 199 meters. Completed as part of a massive hydropower complex, it consists of 3 separate lifts connected by intermediate water channels, allowing vessels to bypass the gargantuan dam wall. It is a masterpiece of hydraulic precision and heavy steel, engineered to move thousands of tons of water and metal with the smoothness of a silk thread. Visually, the lift looks like a monumental gray throat carved into the side of a mountain, a vertical, mechanical abyss where ships are suspended like toys. The air inside the damp, concrete chambers is heavy with the smell of grease and cold stone, echoing with the rhythmic clanking of massive chains. The dim, yellow warning lights flicker against the wet walls, creating a sense of claustrophobic power. There is a warning written in the grease: do not look down when the floor begins to rise. Are we masters of the mountains? Or have we built a machine that is too heavy for the earth to hold? What ancient weight is being disturbed by this vertical intrusion? Does the mountain scream when the gears begin to turn? Enter the shimmering cathedral of glass, where the lines between luxury and architectural fantasy blur into a singular, breathtaking experience. How can a shopping complex feel like a sacred relic of the future? The Sanya International Duty-Free Shopping Complex located in Haitang Bay, stands as the largest of its kind in the world. Completed in 2014 and spanning a staggering 120,000 square meters, this $800 million Titan was designed to rejuvenate the island of Hainan as a global tourist hub. The structure's steel frame supports a vast flowing glass canopy that regulates the tropical heat while allowing natural light to bathe the interior in a perpetual synthetic glow. The complex looks like a colossal, translucent butterfly that has landed softly on the edge of the South China Sea, or perhaps a futuristic blossom opening its petals to the sun. Its organic, curving lines mimic the rhythm of the waves, creating a fluid geometry that defies the rigid nature of traditional commercial architecture. The iridescent reflection of the sky on the glass roof creates a shimmering halo, as if the building itself is breathing with the light. There is a sense of prestige that borders on the spiritual, a belief that beauty can be found in the heights of modern commerce. But as the neon lights flicker across the designer facades, one must wonder, is this a temple of prosperity or a glass mirage waiting for the tide to rise? Why do we seek fulfillment in these shimmering halls? And what happens when the lights finally fade into the ocean mist? Step into a world where the sun never sets and the canals of Venice flow through the heart of a colossal mechanical island. The Venetian Macao is not just a casino, it is a staggering feat of artificial reality. Opened in 2007, it remains the largest single-structure hotel building in Asia and the second largest in the world, boasting 980,000 square meters of floor space. It was built on the Cotai Strip, a piece of reclaimed land that turned two separate islands into a single neon-lit empire. The complex features 3,000 suites, a 15,000-seat arena, and 3 indoor canals where gondolas navigate beneath a computer-controlled sky that mimics the passing of time. It looks like a Renaissance dream trapped inside a futuristic fortress, a sprawling labyrinth of gold and marble where the architecture of the old world is rebuilt with the clinical precision of the new. The painted sky above the canals is so realistic, it creates a disorienting sense of eternal twilight, a world where the clock has no power. The golden radiance of the chandeliers reflects off the polished floors, creating an atmosphere of overwhelming luxury and fate. There is a heavy, spiritual silence in the corridors, a feeling that you have entered a realm where reality is merely a choice. But as the artificial bells of St. Mark's Campanile echo through the air-conditioned void, a haunting question remains. Can we truly recreate the soul of a city with stone and light? Is this a playground of the gods? Or have we built a gilded cage where the truth is lost in the glint of a spinning wheel? Beneath the crushing weight of 48 million liters of water, a silent kingdom of the deep waits to reveal its secrets. Chimelong Ocean Kingdom is a monument to human curiosity and our desire to contain the untamable ocean. Opened in 2014, it shattered 5 Guinness World Records upon its debut, including the world's largest aquarium tank and the largest underwater viewing dome. The park is anchored by a massive 63-meter-tall blue whale shark statue that towers over the landscape, guarding a subterranean world where thousands of marine species coexist. The engineering required to maintain the pressure of such a vast volume of water is a masterpiece of hydraulic and structural integrity. The park looks like a technicolor coral reef that has risen from the earth, with neon-lit tunnels and sapphire chambers that make you feel like a guest in a liquid galaxy. From the viewing glass, the massive whale sharks move with a ghostly grace, their shadows drifting over the faces of the silent crowds like ancient living gods. A deep, cerulean light permeates the chambers, creating a spiritual atmosphere of awe and quietude. It is a place where the soul has got ruah, cleansed by the sheer blue depth of the surroundings. Yet, as the bubbles rise in the dark tanks, a haunting question remains. Does the ocean forgive us for capturing its beauty? Why do we feel the need to build glass walls between us and the wild? As you stare into the eye of the shark, do you see a reflection of your own wonder, or the silent protest of a spirit that was meant to roam the infinite sea? Tread carefully upon a ribbon of black asphalt that dares to cross the Sea of Death, where the dunes shift like waves and the wind erases all history. The Taklamakan Desert Highway is a 522-kilometer act of defiance against one of the harshest environments on Earth. Completed in 1995, it is the longest desert highway in the world, built across shifting sands. To prevent the road from being swallowed by the desert, engineers created a 436-kilometer green belt, a man-made forest of shrubs supported by over 400 wells and an intricate drip irrigation system. This thin line of life is all that stands between civilization and the insatiable hunger of the sand. The road looks like a long, dark scar cut into the golden flesh of a sleeping beast. From above, the green borders appear like a fragile emerald vein, pulsing through a wasteland of infinite ochre and red. It is a landscape of brutalist survival, where the heat haze distorts the horizon into a shimmering, deceptive ghost. The pale burning sun casts long skeletal shadows across the dunes as the wind whispers through the artificial leaves. There is a local belief that the desert is alive, a conscious entity that allows the road to exist only as long as we pay it tribute. But as the sand beats against the windshield, one must ask, is this highway a bridge to the future, or a temporary path that the desert is already preparing to reclaim? What ancient cities lie buried beneath your tires, and do their spirits wait for the day the irrigation finally fails? A golden starfish has fallen from the heavens and come to rest on the plains of Beijing, marking the gateway to a new era of human mobility. Designed by the visionary Zaha Hadid and completed in 2019, Beijing Daxing International Airport is a masterpiece of fluid architecture. Its terminal building spans 700,000 square meters, yet its unique radial design ensures that no passenger has to walk more than 8 minutes to reach their gate. The central vault is supported by 8 C-shaped columns that flow into the roof like giant trees of white steel, allowing natural light to pour into the deepest parts of the building through 8,000 individual windows. The airport looks like a gargantuan, glowing phoenix, or a celestial star creature, its golden skin reflecting the sun with a blinding, divine radiance. Inside, the sweeping, curved white surfaces create a sense of weightlessness, as if the entire structure is preparing to lift off and return to the stars. The soft, natural light filtering through the skylights creates a spiritual atmosphere of movement and grace. There is a profound sense of national pride in this new gateway, a feeling that the future of flight has finally found its home. But as the thousands of travelers move silently through the vast white halls, a haunting question remains. Where does the journey truly begin? Is this a temple of departure or a cathedral built to honor the restless spirit of the modern soul? As you stand beneath the great white arches, do you feel the pull of the earth or the call of the infinite sky? Look up at the stainless steel titan that pierces the clouds of Shenzhen, a vertical needle that measures the heartbeat of a global financial empire. Why did we build a structure so sharp and unyielding that it seems to cut the very sky? The Ping An Finance Center stands at a staggering 599 meters, making it the 4th tallest building in the world upon its completion in 2017. Its facade is composed of 1,700 tons of high-grade stainless steel, specifically chosen to withstand the salty, corrosive atmosphere of the coastal city. The building's tapered shape is not just for aesthetics. It is an aerodynamic masterpiece designed to reduce wind loads by 35%, ensuring stability during the region's fierce typhoons. The tower looks like a colossal silver blade or a futuristic quill, poised to write the history of the digital age upon the clouds. Its metallic skin reflects the shifting grays and blues of the sky, giving it a translucent, ghost-like appearance that seems to shimmer with a cold, clinical energy. The pale moonlight reflects off the steel pylons, casting long, sharp shadows over the city below. There is a sense of absolute prestige and quiet power here, a feeling that this is the throne of a new civilization. But as the wind screams around the observation deck at the 116th floor, one must ask, does this tower bring us closer to the divine, or does it merely isolate us in a cage of silver and glass? What happens to the human heart when it lives so far above the soil? travel the ladder to heaven, a road that defies the laws of nature as it winds through the misty peaks of Sichuan. The Yaxi Expressway is a 240-kilometer engineering poem that climbs from 600 meters to over 3,200 meters above sea level. Completed in 2012, it features 270 bridges and 25 tunnels, including the world's first double spiral tunnel designed to allow vehicles to gain altitude in a limited space. The road is suspended on massive concrete pillars that march across deep valleys like the legs of a stone giant, bridging the gap between the modern world and the ancient, untouched mountains. The expressway looks like a white serpentine dragon coiling around the emerald green peaks, its body frequently disappearing into the thick, swirling clouds. It is a landscape of ethereal beauty and vertiginous heights, where the road often feels more like a bridge to another dimension than a highway for cars. A ghostly, silver mist blankets the path, glowing with a soft light as the sun tries to pierce the mountain fog. There is a sacred quality to the silence of the high passes, a feeling that the road has been built in harmony with the spirits of the mountains. It evokes a sense of being Gatrua, cleansed by the thin mountain air. But as you drive through the spiraling tunnels, a haunting question remains. Are we ascending toward a higher truth, or are we just lost in a labyrinth of our own making? How much weight can these stone pillars hold before the mountain decides to reclaim its silence? Witness the iron dragon that has finally bound three distinct souls together across the turbulent waters of the Lingding-Yang. The Hong Kong-Zhuhai-Macau Bridge is a 55-kilometer testament to the sheer scale of human ambition. Completed in 2018, it is the longest sea-crossing bridge in the world, utilizing 400,000 tons of steel, enough to build 60 Eiffel Towers. The system includes 3 cable-stayed bridges, 2 artificial islands, and a 6.7-kilometer undersea tunnel designed to allow the passage of massive container ships. It was engineered to withstand a magnitude 8 earthquake, super typhoons, and the impact of a 300,000-ton vessel, ensuring its survival for at least 120 years. The bridge looks like a slender, silver thread sewing the islands of the bay into a single tapestry of light and steel. From the air, its serpentine curves mimic the movement of water, creating a fluid line of civilization that cuts through the blue expanse of the sea. The golden radiance of the setting sun reflects off the white pylons, creating a shimmering path that feels almost divine. There is a profound sense of unity and national pride here, a belief that the sea is no longer a barrier, but a bridge. But as the waves crash against the artificial islands in the dead of night, a haunting question remains. Can steel and concrete truly unite three different worlds? What memories of the old sea are trapped beneath the foundations? And does the ocean ever forget the path we have forced it to accept? The Earth itself has shifted its axis to accommodate the weight of this concrete titan, a wall that has tamed the wildest river in Asia. The Three Gorges Dam is a monument to the staggering power of human engineering. Completed in 2012, it is the world's largest power station, stretching 2,135 meters in length and rising 185 meters above the riverbed. It utilized 28 million cubic meters of concrete and 463,000 tons of steel, creating a reservoir that spans 600 kilometers in length. The sheer mass of the water held back by this wall is so immense that it has slightly altered the Earth's rotation, a feat of inadvertent planetary engineering. Visually, the dam looks like a gargantuan, gray shield held against the throat of the Yangtze River. When the spillways are opened, the water explodes in a thunderous white veil that vibrates the very bedrock of the surrounding mountains, a display of raw, harnessed fury. A thick, ethereal mist rises from the crashing water, glowing with a ghostly light as the sun sets behind the concrete ramparts. There is a terrifying sense of power here, a feeling that humanity has finally achieved the status of a geological force. But as the river hums deep within the turbines, a haunting question remains. What was the price of this silence? How many ancient stories were drowned to light the cities of the future? Is this a triumph of the will, or a debt that the river will one day come to collect with interest? Walk upon nothing but air and the strength of your own courage as you cross the void in the land of the Avatar Mountains. The Zhangjiajie Glass Bridge is a terrifying masterpiece of transparency and tension. Suspended 300 meters above the canyon floor and spanning 430 meters in length, it was the longest and highest glass-bottom bridge in the world upon its opening in 2016. The structure is paved with 99 panels of 3-layered transparent glass, each designed to withstand the weight of hundreds of people. To prove its strength, engineers famously drove a 2-ton SUV across the panels and struck them with sledgehammers, leaving the bridge unyielding. The bridge looks like a thin, crystalline sliver of ice suspended between two emerald giants, a transparent path that seems to dissolve into the mist. Walking across it feels like stepping into a dream where gravity has been forgotten, leaving you floating over a jagged abyss of ancient stone and forest. The pure, white light of the mountain sun filters through the glass, illuminating the terrifying depth below with a clarity that feels almost spiritual. There is an epic sense of human bravery here, a feeling of being got ruah, cleansed by the sheer confrontation with the void. But as the wind howls through the canyon and the glass creaks underfoot, a haunting question remains. Why do we seek the edge of the world just to look down? Is it the beauty of the canyon we admire, or the thrill of knowing that only a few inches of glass stand between us and eternity? Rise like a phantom up the sheer face of a stone god, where the line between the earth and the heavens is a vertical blur of glass and steel. Why did we build a mechanical vein into the side of a prehistoric mountain? The Beilong Elevator, or 100 Dragons Elevator, is a dizzying engineering feat located in the Wulingyuan area of Zhangjiajie. Standing at a staggering height of 326 meters, it was recognized by Guinness World Records as the tallest outdoor elevator in the world upon its completion in 2002. This massive structure consists of 3 double-deck glass elevators that can transport 50 passengers at a time, completing the perilous ascent in just 1 minute and 32 seconds. A journey that once required hours of dangerous climbing. The elevator looks like a shimmering metallic spine attached to a vertical sandstone pillar, a futuristic parasite clinging to an ancient emerald-clad giant. As you ascend, the jagged, forest-covered peaks of the Avatar Mountains shrink beneath you, creating a visual sensation of flying rather than climbing. The pale morning mist clings to the glass, glowing with a ghostly light as the sun rises over the jagged horizon. Local legends tell of mountain spirits that reside in the high crags, and many believe the elevator has disturbed their eternal silence. As the doors open at the summit, a haunting question remains. Have we conquered the mountain, or have we merely built a faster way to fall? Does the machine feel the vibration of the Earth's ancient heart? Don't blink, or the future will leave you behind in a swirl of dust and electromagnetic static. The Shanghai Maglev is not a mere vehicle. It is a silver ghost that glides on a cushion of invisible energy. This masterpiece of German-Chinese engineering is the world's first commercial high-speed magnetic levitation line, operating since 2004. It covers a 30-kilometer distance from Pudong Airport to the city center in a breathtaking 7 minutes, reaching top speeds of 430 kilometers per hour. By eliminating friction through magnetic repulsion, the train literally flies millimeters above its track, consuming less energy than traditional high-speed rail, while achieving lethal velocities. It looks like a sleek, aerodynamic blade of white and cobalt blue, cutting through the urban landscape like a lightning bolt frozen in time. From the passenger seat, the world outside becomes a horizontal smear of gray and green, a visual representation of time being stretched to its absolute limit. The cold, blue cabin lights reflect off the windows, creating a sterile yet exhilarating atmosphere of absolute speed. There is a sense of being got rua, cleansed by the sheer velocity, leaving the weight of the past behind. But as the train hums with a high-pitched ghostly frequency, a haunting question lingers. Can the human soul travel this fast and remain intact? Why are we in such a hurry to arrive at a future that hasn't happened yet? Is the silence of the magnets a sign of peace, or the sound of a void we cannot fill? Tread across a road that was never meant to exist, a concrete marathon that defies the salt, the ice, and the very depth of the Yellow Sea. The Jiaozhou Bay Bridge is a 42.5-kilometer monument to human stubbornness and industrial might. Completed in 2011, it was engineered to withstand magnitude 8 earthquakes, devastating typhoons, and the crushing impact of a 300,000-ton ship. Supported by over 5,000 concrete pillars, the bridge features a unique T-shaped interchange in the middle of the ocean, allowing traffic to diverge into the mist of the open bay. It reduced the travel time between Qingdao and Huangdao by half, bridging a gap that the sea had claimed for millennia. The bridge looks like a colossal, pale dragon, resting its weary body upon the gray waves, its spine arching toward a horizon that never seems to arrive. From above, it is a magnificent geometric scar, a testament to man's desire to conquer the untamable and corrosive currents of the deep. The orange streetlights cast a flickering, hellish glow on the dark water below. Where the tide crashes against the pillars with a vengeful rhythm. Local sailors whisper that the bridge steals the light of the moon, casting shadows where no shadows should be. What lies beneath the black waves that even the strongest concrete cannot suppress? Does the sea remember the territory we have stolen? And is it merely waiting for the salt to eat through the iron? How can a nation be so bold as to move the very lifeblood of the earth across a continent, forcing 1,000 rivers to flow against their nature? The South-North Water Transfer Project is the largest irrigation endeavor in human history, designed to quench the insatiable thirst of the arid north. The middle route alone spans over 1,400 kilometers, utilizing massive aqueducts and tunnels that dive beneath the Yellow River to deliver trillions of gallons of water annually. Since the start of the project in 2002, hundreds of thousands of people have been relocated to make way for this artificial artery, a feat of logistics that rivals the building of the Great Wall. It looks like a colossal gray ribbon of liquid silver cutting through the green fields and ancient mountains, a man-made river that refuses to follow the curves of the terrain. The water flows with a clinical, unnatural speed, its surface reflecting a cold blue under the industrial sun. The pale light of the morning reflects off the concrete canals, creating a shimmering path that feels both vital and predatory. Local legends speak of the thirsty ghosts of the villages that were drowned to create the reservoirs feeding this path. As the water hums through the massive pumping stations, a haunting question remains. Can we truly own the blood of the earth? What happens to the spirit of a river when it is trapped in a concrete cage? Will the earth eventually demand the water back, along with everything we have built beside it? Step into a liquid mirror, that has reflected the rise and fall of dynasties for over 2.5 millennia. The Grand Canal is the oldest and longest man-made waterway in the world, a living artery that connects the heart of Beijing to the fertile south of Hangzhou. Originally started in the 5th century BC and dramatically expanded during the Sui dynasty, it stretches for 1,776 kilometers and features 24 sophisticated locks to manage the shifting terrain. For centuries, it served as the economic backbone of the empire, transporting grain, silk, and the imperial will across a landscape that was otherwise impassable. The canal looks like a dark, winding vein of history, its banks lined with ancient stone bridges and weeping willows that have witnessed the passage of 1,000 emperors. It is a world of slow movements and deep reflections, where the water appears like a heavy, liquid silk under the moonlight. The golden radiance of paper lanterns reflects off the rippling water, creating an atmosphere of deep, ancestral mystery. There is a sense of being got rua, cleansed by the flow of time itself as you drift past the ancient stone embankments. But as the silent barges pass in the night, a haunting question remains. Does the water remember the blood of the millions who dug this path? Why does the canal feel like a ghost that is still breathing? Is it a bridge to our ancestors, or a watery grave for the secrets they took with them? Beware the mechanical giants that guard the gateway to the world, for they move with a precision that makes the human heart feel obsolete. The port of Shanghai is the busiest container port on the planet, a sprawling labyrinth of steel and automation that dictates the rhythm of global survival. Since 2010, it has processed over 47 million TEUs annually, operating 24 hours a day under the watchful eyes of thousands of sensors. The Yangshan Deepwater Port, connected to the mainland by a 32-kilometer bridge, is a masterpiece of offshore engineering, built on a series of reclaimed islands to accommodate the world's largest container ships. Visually, the port resembles a dense, neon-lit forest of towering red cranes, their long necks dipping into the bellies of massive ships like predatory birds. At night, it becomes a glowing circuit board of containers stacked like infinite Lego bricks under a haze of industrial smog and salt air. The cold, blue LED floodlights pierce through the sea mist, illuminating the rhythmic movement of automated vehicles that navigate without a single human driver. There is a terrifying sense of prestige here, a belief that we have built a machine that no longer needs us. But as the foghorns echo through the iron canyons, a haunting question remains. What does the port dream of when the ships are gone? Is this the heartbeat of civilization, or the first pulse of a machine that will eventually consume the land it protects? Behold the mountain that was carved into a god, a silent sentinel of stone that has watched the churning rivers for over 13 centuries. The Leishan giant Buddha is the largest stone Buddha in the world, standing at a majestic height of 71 meters at the confluence of the Min, Dadu, and Qingyi rivers. Construction began in 713 AD during the Tang dynasty, led by a monk named Hai Tong, who believed the Buddha's presence would calm the turbulent waters that killed local fishermen. The statue is an engineering marvel of its time, featuring a sophisticated internal drainage system hidden within the Buddha's hair and clothes to prevent erosion from rainwater. The Buddha looks like a gargantuan, red soil giant sitting in eternal meditation, his massive toes the size of houses, and his ears like clouds resting on his shoulders. From the river below, he appears to grow out of the very cliff face, a fusion of geological power and spiritual grace that dwarfs the mortal world. The golden light of the setting sun bathes the stone face in a warmth that feels like a divine blessing. There is a sacred quality to the silence here, even as the rivers roar at his feet. It feels as though the spirit of the mountain has been got ruah, cleansed by the compassion of the carving. But as the water continues to grind against the stone, a haunting question remains. Is he watching the river, or is he watching us? What secrets has he kept for 1,000 years? And will he still be sitting there when the last river runs dry? Tread upon the spine of the world, where the stones are bonded by the sweat of an empire and the silence of 1,000,000 soldiers. The Great Wall of China is not a single structure, but a 21,196-kilometer defensive system that took over 2,000 years to complete. The most iconic sections, built during the Ming Dynasty, feature massive watchtowers and battlements that wind over impossible mountain ridges. It was constructed using a mixture of rammed earth, stone, and a legendary mortar made of sticky rice, which has kept the bricks unyielding against the ravages of time and war for centuries. The wall looks like a colossal gray ribbon snaking over the jagged emerald peaks, a permanent scar of human defiance across the wild landscape. From a distance, it resembles the petrified skin of a celestial dragon that fell from the stars to protect the Middle Kingdom from the shadows of the north. The pale moonlight reflects off the weathered stones, casting long skeletal shadows across the steep mountain passes. Legend whispers that the wind howling through the watchtowers is the voice of the builders who never returned home. There is an epic sense of national pride and survival here, a feeling of absolute historical weight. But as the mist settles over the battlements, a haunting question remains. Was this wall built to keep the enemies out, or to keep the soul of the nation in? Can stone truly stop the passage of time, or are we just trapped in a loop of our own defense? Look across the Huangpu River at a forest of glass and neon that grew from a muddy marshland into the tallest dream of the 21st century. The Pudong Financial District, specifically Lujiazui, is a vertical testament to China's meteoric economic rise. In just 30 years, this district has become home to 3 of the world's tallest skyscrapers: the Jinmao Tower, the Shanghai World Financial Center, and the 632-meter Shanghai Tower. The density of these giants creates a hyper-modern canyon of light, housing the pulse of global finance within structures that are designed to sway with the wind and withstand the pressure of the Earth's rotation. The skyline looks like a cyberpunk dream, or a cluster of crystalline stalagmites reaching for a sky that is constantly saturated with neon. At night, the buildings transform into a shimmering kaleidoscope of pink, blue, and gold, their reflections dancing on the dark surface of the river like digital fire. The iridescent glow of the LED facades creates an atmosphere of overwhelming prestige and restless energy. This is the throne of the dragon, a place where the light never dies, and the future is manufactured every second. But as the clouds drift between the floors of the Shanghai Tower, a haunting question remains. Is this a sanctuary for humanity, or a monument to the numbers that rule our lives? Why do we feel so small in the presence of our own creation? Does the city breathe, or are we just the cells in its cold, electric body? Step into a temple of mathematics and steel, where the ancient geometry of the pagoda has been reimagined for the age of the skyscraper. The Jinmao Tower, standing at 420.5 meters, was the tallest building in China upon its completion in 1999. Its design is a masterclass in symbolic architecture, revolving around the number 8, the number of prosperity in Chinese culture. It features 88 floors, sits on an octagonal core, and is supported by 8 exterior composite columns. The tower's most breathtaking feature is its 31-story atrium, a golden spiral of light that begins on the 56th floor and reaches up to the sky. Visually, the tower resembles an Art Deco lotus flower made of stainless steel and glass, its tiered exterior reflecting the traditional architecture of a sacred pagoda. It stands as a bridge between the spiritual past and the industrial future, a shimmering silver quill poised to write on the clouds. The golden radiance from the central atrium creates a spiritual aura that feels like standing inside a celestial bell. There is a sense of absolute harmony and prestige in this golden prosperity tower, a feeling of being closer to the heavens. But as the wind whistles through the high observation deck, a haunting question remains. Can geometry truly bring luck? Or are we just building ladders to reach a God we no longer know? Why does the golden light feel so heavy with the weight of the sky? Is this a building or a prayer in steel? Don't look at the reflections in the glass. They might show you a city that hasn't been built yet, or a version of yourself lost in a vertical maze. Why did we transform a muddy marshland into a forest of steel in less than 30 years? The Lujiazui Financial District is the pulsing brain of Shanghai's economy, a 31.78 square kilometer peninsula that houses over 100 skyscrapers. Since its rapid development began in 1990, it has become home to the Shanghai Stock Exchange and three of the world's most iconic towers. The district is a masterpiece of urban planning, where underground tunnels and elevated walkways create a multi-layered reality that functions with the clinical precision of a supercomputer. Visually, the district looks like a neon-lit forest of stalagmites or a giant glowing circuit board plugged into the earth. The towering silhouettes of the Oriental Pearl and the Shanghai Tower create a jagged, futuristic crown that pierces the smog. At night, the district becomes a shimmering kaleidoscope of pink and blue, reflected in the dark, ancient waters of the Huangpu River. The iridescent glow of the LED facades creates an atmosphere of overwhelming prestige where the light never truly dies. Local legends whisper that the district is built on the dragon's breath, a point of immense energy that ensures eternal wealth. But as the fog rolls in from the sea, a haunting question remains. Is this a sanctuary for human progress, or a glass mirage that will vanish if the power ever fails? Why do we feel so small in the throne room of our own creation? Witness the rebirth of the architectural spirit as a steel bird rises from the ashes of tradition to wrap the sky in a shimmering, infinite loop. The Phoenix International Media Center in Beijing is a 65,000 square meter masterpiece of fluid geometry, completed in 2013. Its design is based on the concept of the Mobius strip, a continuous surface with no beginning and no end, representing the eternal flow of information. The structure is composed of 3,800 uniquely shaped glass panels and a complex steel lattice that breathes with the wind. It was engineered using advanced 3D modeling to ensure that every curve maintains the structural integrity of the massive open-air atrium within. The building looks like a giant woven silver basket, or a spinning galaxy frozen in a state of crystalline perfection. Its translucent skin allows the internal life of the media center to be visible from the outside, creating a living, breathing organism of light and shadow. It is a world of soft curves and weightless transitions that defies the rigid, boxy nature of the surrounding city. The golden radiance of the interior lights filters through the steel mesh, casting a celestial glow that feels like a physical manifestation of time itself. There is a sacred quality to the infinite loop, a feeling that you are walking inside a mechanical prayer. But as you follow the spiraling ramps, a haunting question remains. Can a building truly capture the essence of eternity? What happens to the soul when it is trapped in a loop with no exit? Is this a bridge to the future, or a cage made of light? Imagine a drop of silver frozen in time as it descends from the heavens to bless the industrial earth with its cold, crystalline grace. Why did we build a tower that curves like a living flame? The Tianjin CTF Finance Center is a 530-meter-tall behemoth, making it one of the tallest buildings in the world upon its completion in 2019. Its striking, fluid shape is not just for beauty. The tapering, aerodynamically curved surfaces are designed to significantly reduce wind loads, allowing the tower to stand firm against the fierce coastal gales. The facade is composed of thousands of glass panels that create a seamless, shimmering skin, reflecting the sky like a vertical mirror of the gods. The tower looks like a sleek, metallic silk ribbon reaching for the stars, or a crystalline weapon aimed at the heart of the clouds. Its smooth, polished surface contrasts sharply with the gritty, industrial landscape of the Binhai district, standing as a lone sentinel of the digital age. An ethereal radiance reflects off the silver pylons at sunset, bathing the city in a violet twilight that feels almost divine. There is a sense of absolute prestige here, a feeling that this is a pillar of a new, enlightened civilization. But as the wind screams around the 97th floor, a haunting question remains. Does the sky accept this intrusion? Or is the tower just a needle waiting to be broken? Are we worth the height we have claimed? Or are we just hiding from the shadows we cast on the ground? Tread softly in this sanctuary, where the breath of the earth is measured in shades of green and light, and the silence is a testament to our survival. The Hangzhou Low-Carbon Science and Technology Museum is a 33,700 square meter architectural statement, opened in 2012 as the world's first large-scale museum dedicated to low-carbon life. The building itself is a laboratory. It utilizes solar power, rainwater harvesting, and a specialized breathing facade to maintain its climate. Every inch of its construction was calculated to minimize its carbon footprint, featuring recycled materials and energy-efficient lighting that mimics the natural cycles of the sun. The museum looks like a giant green leaf resting on a lake of glass, or a futuristic ark designed to carry the seeds of a dying world into a greener future. Its organic shapes and hidden gardens create a harmony between the mechanical and the biological, making the structure appear as if it grew from the soil rather than being built by human hands. A soft emerald light permeates the central atrium, creating a spiritual atmosphere of peace and renewal. It is a place where the soul is got ruah, cleansed by the oxygen of 1,000 species and the promise of a sustainable future. But as the artificial water cycles hum in the background, a haunting question remains. Can we truly pay our debt to nature with buildings of glass and steel? Is this a blueprint for our salvation, or a beautiful museum of nature we have already lost? Why did we carve a staircase for the gods into the heart of ancient Nanjing? And who is meant to climb these crystalline steps? The Zifeng Tower is a 450-meter-tall testament to the intersection of ancient history and futuristic ambition. Completed in 2010, the 89-story skyscraper features a unique step design inspired by the traditional pagodas of China and the scales of a celestial dragon. Its facade is a complex arrangement of glass and steel that creates windows to the sky, allowing the building to change appearance depending on the angle of the sun. The structural core is anchored deep into the earth, designed to withstand the shifting tectonic pressures of the region. The tower looks like a gargantuan, glass dragon spine rising from the city, or a tiered pagoda of light that has been stretched toward the heavens by an invisible hand. Its crystalline skin catches the morning light, making the building appear to glow from within like a sacred relic of a forgotten era. A violet twilight blankets the upper floors at dusk, casting a ghostly radiance over the historic city walls below. There is a sense of ancestral guardianship here, a feeling that the tower is a bridge between the spirits of the past and the technology of the future. But as the clouds drift through the open terraces of the high floors, a haunting question remains. Do the clouds remember the earth we have left behind? Are we building higher to reach the gods, or just to see how much of the world we can own? Behold the glass ship that sails on a sea of mist, carrying the melodies of 1,000 years through the heart of a vertical concrete jungle. The Chongqing Grand Theater is a 100,000 square meter cultural titan, completed in 2009 at the confluence of the Yangtze and Jialing rivers. Its most striking feature is its exterior, composed entirely of emerald green glass panels that are illuminated from within. The theater houses 2 world-class performance halls with a total capacity of nearly 3,000 people. To protect the performers from the roar of the surrounding city, the entire structure is built with advanced acoustic isolation and a specialized cooling system that utilizes the river water below. The building looks like a futuristic jade sailing vessel, or a giant crystalline emerald that has fallen into the river and stayed afloat. Its sharp geometric angles mimic the jagged peaks of the surrounding mountains, creating a visual rhythm that is both aggressive and graceful. At night, it becomes a glowing lantern on the water, reflecting the neon dreams of the city. An iridescent glow emanates from the glass skin, creating a spiritual atmosphere of artistic devotion and tranquility. There is a quiet belief among locals that the theater acts as a harmonizing stone for the turbulent rivers. But as the tide crashes against the foundations, a haunting question remains. Does the river sing along with the music, or is it trying to pull the glass ship into the deep? What echoes remain in the theater when the final curtain falls and the mist takes over? Don't step onto the subway without checking the floor number. It might lead you straight through a stranger's living room and into a vertical maze where the sky is just another ceiling. Chongqing is a megalopolis of 31 million people, known as the Mountain City because of its impossible multi-level geography. Here, the ground floor of one building is the 20th floor of another, and bridges span across canyons of skyscrapers. Spanning 82,400 square kilometers, the city is an engineering fever dream where monorails disappear into apartment blocks and roads spiral through the air like concrete vines. It is a city built on the vertical, a 3D labyrinth where gravity is merely a suggestion. The city looks like a dense concrete hive or a hyper-realistic cyber labyrinth from a film that hasn't been made yet. The constant fog and the orange glow of the streetlights create a world of shadows and neon, where the buildings seem to grow on top of each other in a desperate race for the light. A neon flicker reflects off the damp asphalt, creating an atmosphere of restless, industrial energy. There is a ghostly hum that vibrates through the city, the sound of millions of lives moving through the concrete veins. It evokes a sense of absolute survival and human grit. But as you look down from a bridge into the dark abyss of a residential canyon, a haunting question remains. Where does the mountain end and the city begin? Are we living in a home? Or are we just lost in the layers of a machine that never stops building? Beware the thin air and the salt-crusted horizons where the earth reflects the sky with a blinding, terrifying clarity that can steal your soul. Qinghai is a vast, high-altitude plateau spanning 720,000 square kilometers with an average elevation of over 3,000 meters. It is home to Qinghai Lake, the largest inland saltwater lake in China, covering 4,189 square kilometers of sapphire blue water that stays frozen for half the year. This region is the cradle of the three great rivers of Asia, the Yellow, the Yangtze, and the Mekong, born from the melting glaciers of the Kunlun and Kilian Mountains. It is a land of extreme geology, where the earth is raw, and the atmosphere is fragile. The landscape looks like a sapphire mirror dropped into a desert of white salt and red stone, a place where the horizon is so sharp it could cut. The vast, empty plains are dotted with prayer flags that flutter in the freezing wind. Their colors, the only life in a world of stark whites and deep unnatural blues. A blinding white light reflects off the salt flats, creating a spiritual atmosphere of absolute purity and isolation. Local legends tell of the spirit of the plateau, a guardian that demands respect from all who breathe the thin air. It feels as though the soul has got ruah, cleansed by the sheer emptiness of the space. But as the wind howls across the salt, a haunting question remains. Does the lake have a bottom, or is it a window into another world? Why do we feel so close to the divine in a land where we can barely breathe? Look at the silver web and wonder what kind of mechanical spider could have spun such a massive gleaming trap for the energy of a nation. The Shenzhen Bay Sports Center, completed in 2011, is a 300,000 square meter facility known as the Spring Cocoon. Its most revolutionary feature is its unified steel shell, which integrates a stadium, a gymnasium, and a swimming pool under a single perforated metal roof. The design required the precision placement of over 20,000 tons of steel to create a lattice that is both incredibly strong and visually light. It was built to be the heart of the 26th Summer Universiade, representing the explosive growth and youthful energy of the city. The center looks like a gargantuan silver metal cocoon, or a woven basket of giants resting on the edge of the bay. Its perforated skin allows light to filter through in a rhythmic pattern, making the building appear to breathe as you move past it. It is a landscape of shimmering steel and geometric repetition, a monument to the power of the collective. A cold steel glint reflects off the bay at dawn, creating a sense of rebirth and technological destiny. There is a powerful local belief that the cocoon represents the transformation of Shenzhen from a fishing village into a global titan. But as the shadows of the steel lattice stretch across the empty seats, a haunting question remains. What is waiting to hatch from this metal shell? Is this a place for sport, or a temple built to house the spirit of a future we aren't ready for? Don't look down as you climb the steel ladder to a village that exists in the narrow space between the eagles and the clouds. Atelier, known as the Cliff Village in Sichuan, is a community that lived in total isolation for generations atop an 800-meter vertical cliff. For decades, the only way to reach the village was by climbing a series of rickety, handmade vine ladders. In 2016, the world watched as a 2,556-step steel ladder was bolted directly into the rock face to provide a safer lifeline for the residents and their children. This vertical staircase is an engineering marvel of human desperation and resilience, anchored into the ancient limestone of the mountain. The village looks like a fragile nest built on a stone wall, or a secret kingdom hidden in the folds of a gargantuan green giant. The steel ladder appears as a thin silver thread sewing the village to the ground far below, a permanent scar of progress on the face of the mountain. It is a landscape of terrifying beauty and dizzying verticality. Don't look for the horizon, for on this path, the horizon is a line of concrete that never seems to end. How can a single bridge stretch across the distance of an entire province, bridging the gap between cities as if they were mere neighborhoods? The Danyang Kunshan Grand Bridge is a staggering 164.8-kilometer engineering miracle, officially recognized as the longest bridge in the world. Completed in 2010 and opened in 2011, it required a workforce of over 10,000 people and took only 4 years to construct. It carries the Beijing-Shanghai high-speed railway across the soft, marshy terrain of the Yangtze River Delta, soaring over lily ponds, rice paddies, and the vast expanse of Yangcheng Lake. The bridge looks like a colossal gray needle sewing the fabric of the earth together, a permanent concrete dragon that floats above the water and the mud. From the window of a high-speed train, the support pillars blur into a rhythmic, hypnotic strobe, creating a sensation of flying over a liquid world. It is a landscape of infinite repetition and industrial grace. The pale morning light reflects off the concrete pylons, casting long skeletal shadows across the misty wetlands. Local legends speak of the path of the Iron Dragon, a spirit that connects the ancient lands to the modern sky. There is a sense of being Got-Rua, cleansed by the sheer scale of this human achievement. But as the train thunders into the distance, a haunting question remains. Is this bridge a path to unity, or have we merely built a cage for the landscape? What happens when the road is so long that you forget where you started? Tread carefully where the metal mountains meet the toxic blue of the sea, for this is the gateway where the world's hunger is fed by iron and steam. The port of Tianjin is the largest man-made port in mainland China and one of the largest in the world, spanning over 121 square kilometers of land and water. Originally established as a major trading hub centuries ago, it was transformed into a modern titan that processes over 500 million tons of cargo annually. It serves as the maritime gate to Beijing, a sprawling labyrinth of deep-water channels, massive grain silos, and a neon forest of gantry cranes that never stop moving, even in the dead of winter. The port looks like a rusted industrial galaxy or a giant glowing circuit board plugged into the edge of the ocean. The stacks of multicolored containers resemble infinite Lego bricks, organized with a clinical precision that defies human chaos. At night, the sky glows with a strange chemical orange, reflecting the restless energy of global trade. The cold LED floodlights pierce through the thick sea fog, illuminating the rhythmic dance of automated ships and robotic vehicles. Sailors whisper of phantom whistles, the sound of ancient ships echoing through the modern iron canyons. There is a heavy sense of prestige and industrial power here, a feeling that this is the engine of a new era. But as the foghorns scream into the dark, one must ask, is this the heartbeat of civilization or the sound of a machine that has forgotten its creators? What ancient secrets are buried beneath the reclaimed silt of the bay? Why look at the stars when we have built a digital sky that never fades, a heaven of light that we can control with the touch of a button? The place is a prominent shopping and lifestyle complex in Beijing, famous for its sky screen, one of the largest LED screens in the world. Stretching 250 meters in length and 30 meters in width, this overhead digital canopy was completed in 2006 and serves as a breathtaking ceiling for the outdoor pedestrian mall. It displays high-definition underwater scenes, interstellar journeys, and sprawling artworks, creating an immersive reality that drowns out the gray city streets. The complex looks like a futuristic canyon where the roof is a liquid ocean of pixels, a digital aurora borealis trapped inside a steel frame. People walk beneath it with their heads tilted back, lost in a dream of shifting colors and artificial light. It is a world of pure consumerist fantasy, where the architecture of the mall serves only to frame the spectacular vision above. The iridescent flicker of the LED screen reflects off the polished marble floors, creating a spiritual atmosphere of wonder and dream logic. It feels like a temple of the information age, where the sky is whatever we desire it to be. There is a sense of absolute modern prestige in this glowing heart of the city. But as the digital dragon dissolves into 1,000 sparks, a haunting question remains. Are we looking at a new heaven, or are we just hiding from the real one? What happens to the soul when it can no longer tell the difference between a star and a pixel? Step upon the petrified spine of a dragon that has bled for 2,000 years, a wall that was built to define the very edge of the known world. The Great Wall is an epic architectural scar, spanning over 21,196 kilometers through the most rugged terrain of the Middle Kingdom. While its foundations date back to the 7th century BC, the most iconic sections were reinforced during the Ming Dynasty using a revolutionary mortar made of sticky rice. It was defended by over 1 million soldiers stationed in thousands of watchtowers, creating a psychological and physical barrier that sought to freeze time and keep the shadows of the north at bay. The wall looks like a colossal stone river flowing over the jagged emerald peaks, a monument to human defiance and the fear of the unknown. From the highest watchtower, the wall stretches into the mist like a thread of ancient silk, stitching the mountains together in a desperate embrace. It is a landscape of brutal history and silent, windswept peaks. A ghostly, silver moonlight reflects off the weathered stones, casting long, skeletal shadows across the mountain passes. Legend whispers that the wind howling through the battlements is the collective sigh of the millions who died to build this path. There is a feeling of being got ruah, cleansed by the weight of the ages. But as you stand on the ramparts at dusk, a haunting question remains. Did this wall protect the empire, or did it merely act as a stone cage for the soul of a nation? Can any barrier truly withstand the patient, grinding power of time? Enter the vertical forest, where the walls breathe and the glass hides beneath an emerald skin, a place where the city has finally surrendered to the vine. The Country Garden headquarters is a revolutionary architectural statement completed in 2013, famous for its distinctive green facade. Spanning over 20 floors, the building is covered in a lush, vertical landscape of hundreds of species of plants, creating a breathing skyscraper that naturally filters the air and regulates the internal temperature. This is not just a building. It is a 2.3-hectare ecosystem wrapped around a corporate core, a vision of sustainable living in the heart of industrial Guangdong. The headquarters looks like a living mountain of glass, or a futuristic jungle that has reclaimed a skyscraper, its green walls cascading down like a verdant waterfall. It is a striking contrast to the gray concrete of the surrounding city, a shimmering oasis of life that feels like a peace treaty between man and nature. The emerald light filters through the leaves and glass, creating a spiritual atmosphere of tranquility and renewal. There is a profound sense of local pride in this garden of the future, a feeling that humanity can flourish without destroying the greenery that sustains us. It evokes a feeling of being got-rua, cleansed by the oxygen of 1,000 leaves. But as the shadows of the vines dance on the office walls, a haunting question remains. Is this a blueprint for our survival? Or is it a beautiful, fragile mirage? Can we truly hide our steel behind a mask of green? Or is the forest just waiting for us to leave so it can take the rest? Behold the heart of the furnace, the place where the sun is chained to provide light for the masses, and the earth's ancient fire is harnessed to drive the future. The Tukatuo Power Station is the largest coal-fired power plant in the world, a mechanical titan with a staggering capacity of 6,720 megawatts. Located in the arid plains of Inner Mongolia, this massive complex consists of 8 units that burn through millions of tons of coal to fuel the neon dreams of Beijing and beyond. Its chimneys pierce the sky like the fingers of an industrial god, releasing clouds that merge with the natural horizon in a display of raw, unyielding power. The station resembles a gargantuan gray ribcage of a mechanical deity, its cooling towers breathing white fire into the vast Mongolian sky. It is a landscape of vibrating steel, humming turbines, and the crushing weight of energy production. This is the Trum Kwoi, the ultimate epic of human industry, a monument to the scale of our insatiable need for power. The molten orange glow of the furnaces reflects off the metallic structures at night, creating a hellish yet majestic radiation that can be seen for miles. There is a terrifying sense of human insignificance here, a feeling that we are but ants tending to a fire that could consume the world. As the machines drone on in the silence of the desert, a final philosophical question remains. Is this the fire of Prometheus that brings us enlightenment? Or is it the fire that will eventually turn our legacy to ash? In the face of such a giant, does the individual human spirit still have a voice? Or are we all just fuel for the machine?